Welcome, and thank you for joining us today for easy-to-use Facebook and Instagram automation using ManyChat. My name is Nick Fry. I'm the Manager of Business Development with Tourism Nova Scotia. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed today's webinar. We will share any links and resources after the fact in an email. The webinar will be posted with all of our other past webinars, so if you watch this and you'd like to share it with a friend, we'd really encourage you to do so. Please post any Q&A in the chat. I hope that you joined us today through Digiport, and if you haven't, I really encourage you to check Digiport out. It is a collaboration with Digital Nova Scotia and Tourism Nova Scotia. It's a one-stop shop, interactive services and educational opportunities that are offered to tourism businesses in Nova Scotia at no cost, and there's no service like it anywhere else in Canada. nsdigiport.ca. I would highly encourage you to check that out. All of our past webinars are there, our future webinars are there, and I really hope that you take the opportunity to check it out. Now, I'd like to welcome Riley Foreman and Connor Kidd. Riley's here today on behalf of him and Connor to speak on today's topic. Riley's the Executive Director of Connect Media, and Connor Kidd's the Director of Business Development. They're the two driving forces behind Connect Media and really helped to bring this presentation and all the information forward. They have over a decade of experience with tourism marketing. You've seen them at digital days and in past webinars, and they have a lot of valuable information. They're all about innovation and constant pursuit and commitment to expand their skill set and your business's skill sets. And they like to focus on creative strategies to drive visitors to your business and destinations and to enrich the experiences to the fullest. I would like to also mention that Connect Media is a one-on-one presenter opportunity. So if you'd like to book an hour of their time, you can do so through Digiport. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Riley to take over the screen and share the information that we have today.
All right. Thank you, Nick, for that introduction. Yes, so my name is Riley Foreman. I'm from Connect Media. We are a marketing agency that focuses solely on the tourism industry. So all of our strategy and everything that we do to develop ourselves is based on what the needs of the tourism industry is. And in the last couple of years, AI technologies and automation services have become more and more important and valuable to the tourism industry. And one automation service that we found that a great use to us and our clients that we work with was ManyChat. And so ManyChat is automation for social media that allows you to answer messages and comments in an automated way, so on demand and instantly. And this will allow you to kind of give customers the information that they need immediately. And so, you know, one point to make is when we sent out the survey to everyone who was participating in the webinar, we asked the question of how much time did people spend on their social media engagement every week, and we had a wild range of numbers. Many people said they didn't spend any time a week on it, and some people were spending 20 or more hours per week on it. So one beautiful thing about ManyChat is this service can kind of help both of those parties out. For those who aren't doing any at all, this can help you make sure that those leads are being answered and directed into the right place for those customers to be able to make a decision to make a purchase. And for those of you that are spending 20 or more hours a week, maybe on multiple channels, or it's a multiple location business, this can save you, you know, a lot of time and therefore a lot of money on engagement. So it can be really beneficial. If there's many other reasons to use automation services, though, you know, so I mean, giving potential customers information they need quickly. A lot of people are online looking for a product in the moment they want to make a decision for that. So if they're looking for a restaurant that has gluten-free menu or a accommodation that provides pet-friendly rooms, they are looking for an answer right away. And if they don't find that answer, they're going to keep seeking until they find a business that can offer them what they're looking for. So being able to give them that information quickly can often result in the guarantee of you getting that business, as opposed to maybe one of your competitors, and therefore that increases your customer service and experience. So when they are able to get the information they want, they're happy with that, and again, therefore it increases your conversion in sales. The faster they can get information, the faster they can make a decision and not look elsewhere. It can generate more interest and engagement. I'll show you some really cool examples of what I mean by that. Save time and money and provide consistency with certain messaging that you want put out there. So one great example we have of an automation is the comment to conversion automation. This is basically when someone comments on your reel, it's going to send them a direct message with some more information or an offering. And this is really interesting because normally if you try to do this on Instagram, you can't direct message everyone. If they have a private account, it won't allow you to message them. But because of ManyChat's license with Instagram, it will automatically allow that automation to go through. So it's not something that you could even do manually. This reel that we're showing you right now is, I like to call the $30,000 reel. So the Tulip Festival didn't sell a lot of season passes in previous years, and last year we tried to run an automation with it and create some more hype with it, and it worked very, very well. And I'll show you some numbers in a minute, but I'll just basically show you how it works. So first we have our reel where it says, the information that we want them to know. We're celebrating our opening again, and we have a special price for our seasons passes. And if you book now, you can get this deal. And at the end of it says comment deal, and we'll send you the link. And so if you see on the second picture here, it shows all the engagement. There's 600 engagement, 700 plus comments, a lot of shares. And you can just see here scrolling through there's hundreds of people that are writing deal. And when they write deal, we'll send them a direct message. But also part of the automation is we have it set so it'll reply to that comment and send them a message. So we'll say, hey, thanks for your comment. Check your DMs and we'll send you the link. And on that fourth column there, you see, hi, thanks for your comment. Here's your link. Offer ends April 1st. So like I said, this was a very, very successful reel for us. So just to run some numbers for you. So in 2023, the Tulip Festival sold 35 seasons passes. It wasn't a very popular item for them. A lot of people just bought the ticket for the day. But in 2024, directly because of this automation and that reel in particular, we sold 488 seasons passes, which was $31,720 worth of revenue. So you can see how valuable that these types of automations can be. On Instagram, if you do a post or a reel and you say, click link in bio or anything like that, chances are you're going to get 1, 2, maybe and often 0 actual click-throughs to the website. And on ManyChat, we're seeing 90, 100% click-through rate. So virtually everybody that is asking for that link is going to their direct messages and clicking on that. And a percentage of those people are buying. So setting up a ManyChat is really quite easy. You go into the ManyChat. I recommend logging in with your Facebook account. This allows you to connect your services a little bit more easier. Your Facebook, your Instagram, Meta services a little bit easier, and reconnect them every now and then. You need to reconnect them. So by connecting with your Facebook account, that makes it a lot easier. Your second step is to connect your services. So you want your Facebook and your Instagram connected so that they can interact with each other. And then your third step is to choose your plan. I recommend just the marketing automation. It's a really great, it's so easy to set up. You'll see a lot of these automations just take a couple minutes to set up. But if you're really wanting to get into it on a deeper level, you can do the $29 a month add-on, and that allows you to use your AI. It'll actually analyze your inbox and help come up with automations for you. So that can expand your horizon on what you're doing, but also save you even more time. And for those of you who are running, multi-location facilities, or you have a large marketing team, you have a lot of people that you want accessing this, you may look at the inbox package, which is more for kind of enterprise corporate type style accounts. So first thing I'm going to talk about real briefly here is the basic automation. So in ManyChat, there's kind of different levels of automations you can do, but they do have some basic ones set up that are really kind of plug and play, step and go type of things. That they're conversation starters and main menu assist, which basically provides the message, the person sending you a message, a little bit of information before they even say anything. Maybe help suggest, hey, are you looking for hours? Are you looking for location? And this can kind of give them information before they even ask for it. Story mention replies. This can be really handy if you're being mentioned a lot in stories. I know for the Tulip Festival, we get thousands of those sometimes in a weekend, and it's impossible to answer all the messages, all the story replies, all the comments. And so the story mention reply will automatically do that. And another neat thing about that is you can set up multiple mentions, story mention replies. So if you put 5 or 10 in there, it'll rotate them. So you're not always saying the same thing every time it replies. You can add as many options as you want. And of course, the default reply, which just kind of sends a message. It's really good when you're in your off season, if you're closed for the winter or something like that, and you want people to say, hey, we don't check our Instagram messages a lot, but if you have an inquiry about a group booking or something like that, please give us a call with your contact information or a contact page or email form for them to get a hold of you. And so just quickly show you where that is. When you log into your ManyChat, you'll have your automations tab and then your sub tab, which is basic. And they're all just kind of right there. I won't get too much into it today because it really is very simple. You just kind of press a button and it'll ask you the questions of what you want to do for those automations. But very, very easy to use. And that's a great way to kind of get started and warmed up to how to use your account. The next automation I'm going to talk about today is direct automation, direct messaging automation. So this is when someone sends you a DM and then the automation service at ManyChat will send a message back based on what that DM is. So we'll use keywords that are in that message and to give a specific reply to what keywords were used. You can use external links in those responses. And I'll show you a little bit more about that in a minute too. And a great way to start is just by using some of your FAQs. What are things that people often want to know? And another interesting tip, and I'll show some examples as we go through, is also point people in directions you want them to go. I've got an example coming up saying, okay, are you pet friendly? And so maybe your business accommodation has pet friendly rooms, and maybe you have actually a promotion for dog owners. You have a pet photo contest or something like that. So in that response, you can say, yes, we are pet friendly. Here's a button for that for our pet friendly rooms, but we also have a promotion right now for pets. So click on this link to learn more about that. So you can find ways that you can promote on top of the question that they're asking. So I'm going to go through a few examples here through different segments and sectors of the tourism industry. So for example, for accommodations, again, do you have pet friendly rooms? The message that you might be getting in your inbox, can I bring my dog? Or do you have dog friendly rooms, using different words like dog or pet? So you're going to work, your automation is going to use the keywords, the trigger, which is dog, pet, animal, cat. And when those words are used in a message to you, it will give this automatic response. So you see our response here is yes, we have select rooms available for your four-legged friends. Some conditions applies. Please visit our pet policy here. I have another little spot here, and I'll show this more in a little bit, but not what you're looking for. Type more help for other options. I call this closing the loop. We'll get to that in a minute, but often, not actually often, but every now and then, maybe someone writes like, oh, hey, maybe they use a different sentence like, hey, it's raining cats and dogs today. Can I cancel? Do you have a weather policy? in that message, they would maybe use the word cat or dog, and that would trigger this pet one. So that may not be the message that they wanted to receive. So that's why I give them that option. It's very rare, but in those cases, it says, hey, if this isn't what you're looking for, there's a way here to find other information really quickly. And at the bottom, you see I said pet policy. It's a button. That's the link button I talk about. And we'll show you how to make those really important. People see that, they tap it, and then they're taking action on the question that they had. Another example, what time is check-in, what time is checkout? Use your keywords, you have your response. And this is another example where in your response you can add anything you want. You can have a phone number, you don't have to have a phone number, but in the accommodation business, a lot of leads are completed through the phone. So a lot of those businesses will often have someone available to answer those phones, so that you can take that and get a booking out of it. So in that case, I would definitely look at adding your phone number into that message. Hey, this is our check-in checkout time, but hey, you got a group or you have a special request, give us a call. Let's see what we can do. Get them on the line, complete that conversion. And so another example for restaurants, can I make a reservation for this Saturday? Do you accept reservations for large groups? So someone using the word reservation, it's going to give them the information. This is an important one because a lot of people may be looking for something specific. Maybe they have a rehearsal party for their wedding or anything. They want to find out information right away. So, here's a response. Yes, we would love to reserve a table for you. Visit our online reservation form here, or give us a call during our regular business hours to secure your spot. Restaurants are an example of businesses that don't often like to take a lot of phone calls. So in some cases, you may just have an online reservation form. You make your phone number a little bit harder to reach. This is because you don't have someone there answering the phone, and often if they may be interrupting, the customer service of people in the moment. So that's a balance that you kind of want to look for based on what's possible for you and what's best for you. Another restaurant example, gluten-free menus. Yes, we have gluten-free options, or we can modify the menu. Check out our website, check this out, take a look, find out. I would even say on this example, you could say have the button for the menu, but also say, hey, are you ready to make a reservation? Add a second button, say make reservation now. They see, oh, they got gluten-free options. That's all I needed to know because my aunt needs to know that. And now we can book here. So here's our reservation. So that's where you can take an inquiry and make it convert them right into a potential customer. And then an example for guided experience whale watching and these types of experiences. So do you take tours out on rainy days, or is the tour canceled in bad weather? This is a kind of an important example because for tour guides, whale watching tour guides in particular, anyone going on the water, there's a lot of liability around when you can't go, and you want a perception of safety for the customer. That's very important to a lot of people. So your answer is going to want to portray that level of confidence and safety and stuff like that. And that's that consistency we talked about earlier. So our response in this one is for the safety of our guests. We have strict weather policies. We analyze all weather factors for every departure. In the event a tour is postponed or canceled, full refunds are available. To learn more about this and how to prepare for your visit, check out our website. And so might be an example. Maybe you want a phone number on there. Maybe you don't, but you can have a lot of options and say, how do we get this information away that gives them the information they want to know, that makes them trust us and makes them feel safe. Another great example for guide experience is group rates. So, obviously for a guide experience, groups are, a great prospect for business. So you want to make sure that they can find out the information to complete that booking right away. So this is an example where I did put the number in. So thank you for your message. For more information on our pricing, group rates, visit our page or call us. And you could add your hours, call us between this time and this time. and make it really easy for them to say, okay, I want to take that next step. One could even say, here's our group rates right in the message. Save 20% if you book 10 people or more. The person who books comes for free. Whatever your offering is for groups, you can have that right in there just to entice them right off the bat. So retail example, what are your winter hours? Are you open during the winters? A lot of retail businesses maybe have changed hours during the winter, and sometimes consumers then become confused. Or when can I come? So you want to encourage them to be able to know that they can easily figure that out. So in this response, it says the information, what time they're open, a link to the button store. If you have multiple locations, you can actually add buttons. What location are you looking for? Halifax, Windsor, etc. So when they click that button, it'll show them the hours for whatever location, because there may be different hours for different locations. So an example for a DMO, a lot of DMOs are trying to provide tools that make it easier for people to plan their entire trip to a region. And so that may include accessibility. So a lot of DMOs will have blogs and resources that make it easier for people with disabilities to plan their trip. So the key word in this case is maybe wheelchair accessibility. And the response is, thank you for your message. Please check out our blog on accessible experiences in the Annapolis Valley to help inspire your trip. And this gives them a direct information on, say, okay, these are the top places that I can go that'll make my trip more pleasure, more comfortable, easier to do, or possible. In the case of this example, sometimes it's not possible, and you want to make sure that they have the information they need, so they don't leave upset or not satisfied with their vacation, or they don't choose to vacation in your region at all. So how to set up a direct message automation. So this is really easy. I'm going to run through the steps, and I'm going to show you a video screenshot of going through the steps. So step one, you click on that automations tab we clicked on earlier. You press the new automation button. You start from scratch. There's a button, start from scratch. You choose your first step, Instagram or Facebook. You create your trigger, that keyword, and you write your response to that keyword. You review everything, and then you publish it. It's really that easy, and it's almost that quick. So just going through the steps here, you go on your automation tab. On the top right there, you're going to see new automations. And then the start from scratch button. Once you're in here, you're going to see your trigger. You set your new trigger. So when someone sends me a direct message, and I'm going to set my keywords here. I'm going to write hours and open. This will, when someone asks, when are you open or when your hours, then they're going to get this automated message. So when they send that, I'm going to send my response. So my response is going to be an Instagram message in this case. I'm going to write my message. Thank you for your message. This is our hours. This is when we're open. And you can add buttons. You can actually, like I mentioned earlier, you can add other steps. Are you looking for what location? You can press a button. They can keep going on. You can make this more complex or really simple. But for ease of explaining and kind of showing you the basics here, we're going to make this real simple. Here's our hours of operations. I'm going to encourage them to visit my button, to click on the button here. Visit the link for directions. So I'm going to take the Google Map. In this case, I'll take the Google Map link to that button. So when they press the Get Directions button that I'm about to make here, that will send to Google Maps, and they can go press go, and they're on their way. Once you click on that button, you can name the button. Often I like to make the buttons all caps so it really stands out with the message, Get Directions. And underneath you can see, what does that button do? This button's going to open up a new website. So you put the URL for that website in, and you press done. After you do all this, you set up the button, everything looks good, you spell check it, you double check your trigger words are spelled right, everything. You think about your trigger words for a second. Is that all the words? There's another word that someone might use. Is there a word that's often misspelled? Sometimes if there's a word that's often misspelled, I will add both of them in there, just in case. And then you review everything, you set it live, and that's it. Now you have your first automation, and it only takes a minute or two. And now when someone asks if you're open or what your hours are, they're going to find out right away, and they're going to get directions to your business. One little side note to mention is that keywords aren't case sensitive. So you can write them in cap blocks or not cap blocks, whatever you want. Whatever the user writes, it will still work. So if you capitalize a certain letter or not, that's not going to affect the automation at all. So as I mentioned earlier, is closing the loop. So that's when I wrote, if you want more help, type more help. If we didn't answer your question, type more help, and we'll send you some more information here. So this is closing the loop. This is kind of just a term at Connect Media we came up with ourselves. But I think it's a really important part if you're going to do this direct messaging to really make sure that people find out. Some people, it didn't answer their question. Sometimes they have more than one question. And so this can give them that instant information that they want. So I'm just going to go through how I do it. This one's going to take a couple minutes, so bear with me. But then after that, we're going to get into how I made the $30,000 automation. So again, we're going into our automations tab, and we're going to do the new automation button. Start from scratch. And it's almost the same. I'm going to do my response first, and I'm going to add all these buttons. These are the different options that I'm going to give to the user. You can do 6 per level. So, but you can click that button and do another 6 and another 6. So it can be endless. You don't want to confuse them too much. So, keep it nice and simple and clean. So now I've set those buttons. I'm going to take that keyword, more help. So take people type more help on my DMs. It's going to send them this. So now I'm going to program these buttons. This is an example where I'm not going to capitalize the whole button. I'm going to make it look nice and clean. And I'm going to type in all the different buttons that I might want them to find out about. And I'm going to show you a little bit more as we go along here. The button, when they click hours, it's going to send them another message giving them hours. When they click location, I don't actually have them sending a message. I have them just a straight link. So they click that, it goes to the maps. Pet policy, all these different buttons, you can have them do different things each time. One really neat one there, if you're looking quickly, it says randomizer, and that you can put multiple messages. If you really want to get fancy with it, you can do like 5 of the same answer, so it's not always providing the same answer. I don't think that's always necessary, but there's a lot of options that you can do here. So you go through, you program all these buttons to meet all your main topics. I think it's really important to add a contact us button. So if out of these options, it's not something that they're looking for, they have a specific question, they want to host their wedding or something specific at your property, you're going to have a contact us page button that will, it could be their phone number, it could be to your contact page. Now I'm going to edit where these buttons are going and what they're doing. So when they click on hours, I'm just going to add in a little information about our hours. And you can add buttons to these too. You can add multiple buttons. You don't have to add buttons. You can add external links. The options, again, are endless. Keep it simple to start. Once you get more comfortable with it, you can keep adding more and more to it. So location, I'm just gonna have a button here. Not even a button. It's just a direct link. So nothing comes up. They press the location and it opens up in their browser, and it's going to go to the URL I want them to go. So it could be your Getting Here page on your website. It could be your Google Maps link. So it'll give them direct location to that. Here's that example I used earlier about having multiple call to actions on one. So the pet policy. So we're going to write in here information about our pet policy, but also the opportunity to add that little extra piece of sales in there to really kind of entice those pet owners to come to your business. So here's our message. Yes, we're pet friendly. Visit our pet policy below for more information so they can understand, is there a pet deposit? A size restriction for animals, that kind of thing. A lot of pet owners are obviously familiar with those types of things, so they're going to want to look at that to find out what is available to them. Put in the link to that URL on your website that directs them to their pet policy. But this is that sales portion again. Well, I want to entice them. So we have a pet contest going on right now, or a promotion or anything like that. I'm going to add another button so that people can click on that and spike their interest a little bit more in choosing us as a destination for them and their pet. And the ideas really are endless. Like, you can add a sales pitch to almost anything if you're kind of creative about it. And so you just keep going through and you program each of the buttons to do what you want them to do, send messages, go to links, and organize them up. I like it nice and clean so I can move them around on the screen like that. So it's really easy for me to see and understand if I need to make updates. I like to go in this case for the Tulip Festival, I have to go in every spring and review all their automations before they go into their busy season again. By having it nice and clean and organized, it makes it a 10-20 minute process to review. So it can be really good for your efficiency down the road. So that was the longest section of the video. Now it's for the funnest section of the video, is the comments to conversion. I think this is the funnest because it's really engaging, it's visual, and we've seen a lot of success. We've had the example I brought up earlier. Last year we had an example where we did a flash sale for a high-end accommodation, and they sold just under 20 of their premium packages, which is just shy of $3,000 for a 2-night stay. So it's a big ticket item, and so being able to increase your conversion on that, even a few of that, pays for itself. So I'm going to go through a few examples. So we did a flash sale for that example I just mentioned, and so in your social media post, you could be saying this on your reel, it could be text on a reel, it could be an image, and in the caption, write these instructions. There's a lot of ways to convey that message, that if they type flash sale into the comments, that they're going to get the link, this piece of information to take advantage of this deal. So we're having a flash sale on our fall and winter 2026 packages. Save up to 40% on select packages if you book before May 30th. Type flash sale in the comments and we'll DM you the link. So we're going to use the keyword for that is flash sale. And the comment response is, thank you for your comment. We've sent the link to your DMs. I actually like to put emojis, heart or smiley face emojis, add a little bit of warmth and personality to it. And then after that, in their inbox, they're going to get that response. Thank you for your comment on our flash sale post. As promised, here's the link with a button to that flash sale. So another example for restaurants, tickets are now available for our New Year's party. Like last year, they're expected to sell it fast. Type get tickets in the comments and we'll DM you the link. Same thing, you got your keywords, get tickets. Thank you for your comment. We've sent the link to your DMs. And then the message with the link to that ticket site. Guided experiences, so you're having a wine party bus, wine tour bus. We have 4 dates available for this season. They always sell out. You want to kind of hype it, type in party bus into the comments, and same thing, you get your response, you get your DM response as well. And examples for retail. So you're having a big sale. Maybe it's an online sale. Maybe it's an in-person sale. So we've got a big sale going on. type big sale in the comments. We'll send you the details. We'll send you the link. We'll send you the info, the coupon code, anything like that. You get that, your comment response, you get your DM response, people get that information. And like I said earlier in the message, we're often seeing 90, 100% click-through rate. So people that are getting this message in their inbox, 90 to 100% of them are clicking on that button and to find out more. One other little trick that I like to do is after they've commented big sale, they'll get that comment response automatically. The automation service will send that through, and then they'll get their DM response. That's 2 notifications and notification feed from your profile. I like to go in 12 or 24 hours later and like all their comments. That gives them a 3rd notification and an extra nudge to say, oh yeah, there's that deal waiting in my inbox. I'm going to go click on that link now. So how to set up a direct message automation. So sorry, a comment to conversion automation. So first you want to click the automation tab. I'm going to show a video screen in a second again. Click new automation button. Click start from scratch button. Choose your first step, Instagram or Message or Facebook. Use your trigger to use your comment on the post. Create your response, review and publish. So I'm going to show the video here of that. So you're going to click on your automation tab. You're going to click new automation. Start from scratch. I'm going to choose Instagram in this case. I'm going to set my trigger. So this trigger is going to be when a user comments on your post or your reel. I'm going to press all posts or reels. So whenever this keyword is used on any post, it will work. I'm going to type in my keyword. So I always write, in this case, I write tickets, get tickets, ticket with no S, ticket, given the option, no options to, if they write it differently, that's always going to come through. So I pick that. Then I have my public responses. These are the responses they get to their comment. They provide you some, but I like to write my own and make it a little bit more personal, but it gives you a little bit of starter there. So now we have our keyword, we have our public response. Now we're going to create our direct message response. This is what comes on their inbox. Thank you for your comment. To get your tickets, visit our link below. Before they sell out, you can add different things. Maybe you have different kinds of tickets available. You have an upgrade package. You can have multiple buttons. Again, like any way that you can upsell, you can use this to automatically suggest an upsell for you. So I've got my message. I'm going to add my button. I'm going to use this button is get tickets. It's going to open up in my ticket site. So I'm going to use open in the website. I'll put in the URL to that website where the tickets are available. And you have yourself an automation. You're going to want to review it again, go through, make sure that your response is what you want it to be. Make sure your keywords are what they want it to be. Check your public replies. You can have unlimited public replies too. I like to do 5 or more, so it's always spicing it up and it doesn't seem as robotic, but lots of options there. And so that's it. That's all the fun stuff. So out of the Q&As, we got a few questions that came in through the emails before the presentation. Most of them are answered in the presentation. One question that came up that is very interesting is a lot of people commented or show concerns on how to make it still maintain your brand voice or not sound too robotic. I think there's a fine line with this. Like, you don't want to write your automations necessarily in a way for people to think that it's a human talking to them, because once they find out that it's not, they might be disappointed. You want them to know it's kind of automated. and they're getting that service right away because of that. But you want it to sound you. So when you're writing those responses, those comment replies, those DM replies, be playful. If humor is part of your brand voice, add a little humor to it. It depends on your business and your brand voice is how you want to answer that. Another really neat way to kind of make it sound more real and authentic is by using the randomizer, or by not just having those standard boilerplate comment responses. Put in 5 or 10 comment responses, making them different, using different ways to say, hey, thanks for your comment, check your DMs. You can do that in a way that seems a little bit more personality, and you can express your personality however you like. So however you want your brand to be perceived, and that might be depending on the topic. Like I said earlier, like if it's about safety, you might not want to use as much humor. But if it's about something that's more fun, like a party bus, maybe you want to use a little humor in that. So just feel free to kind of express yourself in the way that you think your customers relate to your businesses. And that would be the best. My best advice is to go into this is, yes, it's automated, but you can still make it fun, and you can still make it valuable for your customer. I think what's most important thing to remember is, what's better is them getting a response that feels automated, or not getting a response at all, or getting a response when it's too late. They've already made a decision on another business or one of your competitors. So, finding that balance with that is very important. But that's all I have today. Like Nick mentioned, we do the consultations with DNS and TNS through Digiport. So get in touch with us. We'd love to spend some time with you, whether it's on this or kind of any other topic for tourism marketing. Sit down with you. We can help you even set up some of these things for you. So take advantage of that. It's a great program, and we really love to connect and work with tourism businesses. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Riley. That was excellent video, lots of hand-on learning. So I'm going to take back over here. So thank you again for Riley's presentation today. It was excellent, and really excited to have that knowledge. If you have anyone that you'd like to share that with, please do so. All of our webinar recordings, of course, are on our website and Digiport. I want to let you know that our digital assistance programs for communities and TDAP businesses are open until April 3rd for TDAP, and that allows businesses to receive up to $5,000 in digital services, as well as our tourism digital assistance program communities. That's open until April 30th, so there is a little more time, and that offers communities up to $15,000 to access digital services to enhance your digital capacity. So check those programs out. And the Compelling Tourism Communities Marketing Initiatives program is accepting input until March 31st, 2025 at 4 p.m. So check those programs out. If you have any questions, please contact Tourism Nova Scotia. And some of our contact information will be upcoming. We have a kind of a spring cleaning webinar series, and that's available on April 3rd, 10th, and 17th. And that's going to be called Marketing the Maritimes, Create and Implement Your Digital Marketing Plan for 2025. It's with Liam Taylor with SME Solutions. Liam's done presentations. He's been with us at Digital Days, and he just offers a really approachable way to implement your digital marketing plan. So check that out. And first one's going to be April 3rd. And again, like I mentioned, if you'd like to contact us, if you have any questions, you can find any of us, of course, on our website, but you're encouraged to email us at tnsbusiness@novascotia.ca. Our corporate website's tourismns.ca. Our call to action consumer website is novascotia.com. That's where we like to see all of our Nova Scotia tourism businesses on there. We would like you to sign up for our news and resources section. So any of our programs, any of our webinars, anything relevant to industry, we will put it on our news and resources section. We're on Twitter or X at TourismNS, and our corporate LinkedIn is Tourism Nova Scotia. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope to see you next time.